Welcome or welcome back. Today we're headed out on another adventure, and this time we're visiting St. Thomas in the US Virgin Islands. I'm going to give a quick tour of the first hotel we stayed at, as well as some fun things to do in the surrounding area. I'll also share a few of our favorite foods and experiences, and give a few tips for getting around. Without further ado, let's get a move on. First up, if you flew here, the airport is on the smaller side, so anticipate walking outside from the plane into the airport itself. As soon as you get inside, there are restrooms, a little bar and seating area, and a complimentary rum shot. And who am I to say no to a little vacation libation? There are some rental car places located inside of the airport, so if you booked a car with any of these companies in advance, here they are. There are also buses and taxis available for you. Really important thing to note here, rideshare companies like Uber or Lyft do not operate here, so that will not be an option for you. We got a rental car from Enterprise, which actually requires a short complimentary shuttle ride. There are also bathrooms and chickens for you once you get there. It was also nice to have covered seating while we waited. They had pretty good reviews online, and we did have a good experience renting from them. We did upgrade to an SUV, which I think was a really great idea, and I'll touch on that later. Another big thing to note here for all my other Americans in the chat, you will be driving on the left side of the road. This sounded scary at first, but wasn't really that hard to get used to. And now we're at our hotel for the night. If you're parking, space is kind of limited and it can be kind of hard to find a spot before 4 p.m. So you may have to circle the block a little bit. There's some parking here, but people work here until like 4 or 5 o'clock. So that's why it was so crowded. And then there's our rental car, and we kind of struggled a little bit with parking earlier. There's also a couple of spots here. There's some handicap parking there. And then right in this area, there's a couple of spots, but and then as you can see, they parked along this road. But when we got here, we got here around 2 o'clock, I think, and it was pretty packed, and we had to circle the block for a long time. Luckily, the front desk, they were super helpful with helping us find a place to park. This is Hotel1829. We booked through a third-party site, and the checkout time was actually incorrect on our confirmation email, so just a little note there, maybe double check. Reception is right over there. And over this way, the bar is right over there. And now let's head up to the room. Okay, so we came up these stairs right here, and then here's our room. So just so you know, there are a lot of steps here. So more steps here, more step here. And then we stepped into this. I left the door open, it's a little dark, but this is room number 6 that we are in. So we have actual keys, physical keys for the room. So as soon as you come in, this is all my junk over here, so not included with the room. You hear all the light switches here, but they are all on for you. So there's a little cubby storage. The ceilings are really high in here. This is beautiful. You have some stained glass up there. And then look at that ceiling. Very cool. Okay, so right next to the front door here, this is where we have the closet. So there's robes in here. There's an ironing board, an iron, some extra hangers. These are the pool towels, and she let us know that we could get some more towels for the pool if we needed. There is a fire extinguisher, luggage rack, and then as you can see, all the cool brickwork here. Perfect for our giant suitcase. Now there are a lot of stairs here, so I would maybe reconsider even probably checking a bag. I feel like I wish we had just brought carry-ons for this trip. Over here back behind the door, we have, oh yeah, it looks like we'll experiment with that in a minute. Let's look and see. But there's a little do not disturb sign right here for you. You have a mini fridge right here. So just a fridge, no freezer. And you have cups for coffee here. There's your ice bucket. I'll show you guys where the ice was located downstairs. There's an electric tea kettle here. And then there's some instant Cafe Bustelo and some creamer and cups. Looks like you have a cute little jukebox here on the nightstand. I wonder if that is Bluetooth enabled or not. There are 2 outlets right here, but of course those outlets are in use. We have drawers here. If you're an unpacker. Looks like there's an extension cord in this drawer. Here is the bed. I believe this is a queen bed. Artwork, mirrors, light over there, chair here. They have artwork here. And there's 2 windows here. I'm gonna open this in a minute and see where they go. Now this is the AC unit that's up here. They had to turn this on for us when we entered the room. They walked us up and turned it on. Let's see. Okay, so there's a little peek of what you can see from the window here. If I open the curtains. Hopefully you guys can see that. We're gonna go out and walk around in a little bit. All right, let me actually come back and open this door again because it is kind of dark. When I have the door open, you get a great breeze through here though. So here is the dresser, front here. I believe they are all empty, but that gives you an idea of depth if you are an unpacker. Tissues here, that is the remote for the AC. There's a guidebook here. We have a little pineapple here. I don't know what is in there. Nothing's in there, but we gotta check, don't we? Looks like there is some information for you there. Now this hotel does have dining. Unfortunately, they told us that we're only here for 1 night, but they told us that for the next 2 days the restaurant is closed. I don't know, I wonder if it's maybe because they don't have cruise ships in or something like that. Trash can, full-length mirror, and then we head into the bathroom here. So we have a really big, pretty window on this side. I don't know if I showed you guys the floor. Is this Satilo tile? I don't know. I'm not good at that, guys. As much HGTV as I watch, and I still don't know the names of anything. Okay, there is your toilet right there with toilet paper. And again, it's kind of crazy to see so much of the exposed brickwork. It's really pretty. The bathroom here, the shower looks great. Really pretty shower in here. Everything looks so far really clean and tidy. There's bath mat. So 2 large towels, 2 smaller towels. And guess what, guys? There is a blow dryer here. And it looks like we have 2 different body lotions, and then we've got some soap. There we go. Very cool. We have a smart mirror here, which is really neat. And then we have soap, sink, another little towel rack there, and then we have a trash can. And then we have this big old window we're going to open in a second. This is what it looks like when you open the window. There is not another window to open here. And this is your view. Oh look, you can see, it's kind of cool. You can see the mountains and stuff up there. All right, so close this. And you can lock it. There's 2 locks down here, and then there's another lock right here. And then you can kind of, I guess, adjust these a little bit if you want airflow. But it's probably gonna be a little warm in here while you shower. You can unlock this, then you get a little peekaboo in there. That's kind of cool. Overall, the room was clean, comfortable, and ghost encounter free. The shower pressure was great, but make sure to keep the bathroom door closed if you want to keep it cool in the bedroom for the night, since the window in the bathroom does not have glass. Also, extra points for added safety. You'll have an extra key that unlocks the front gate for entry after the front desk staff is gone for the day. Quick wayfinding, we just walked through here, out onto this balcony area. And this area right here is the downtown area we just walked from. So we went and had dinner, and when we got back to the room, it was maybe about a 4 or 5 minute walk, not far at all. I think that's a princess cruise, and you can also see the new Disney treasure ship. We actually got to hear the fun horn song it played around 7:30 this morning while we were getting ready, so that was actually really fun. Room here, let's go to the pool. There are a lot of steps here, FYI. And here we are. Then there's some seating areas here, so you could actually get food and just chill and eat by the pool. This is a historic hotel, and they have lots of interesting information around the property, so if you stay here, make sure to check it out. We were here at the tail end of July, but the hotel also has monthly events. I mentioned before that there is a restaurant on site, and I was so disappointed they were closed because I have heard good things, but here's a look at the menu for you. If you have eaten here before, please let me know what you got and how you liked it. I'm just curious. A big plus for this hotel is the location. It's pretty much right in the heart of Charlotte Amalie, so you're steps away from shopping, dining, and some fun tourist spots. So close, in fact, that there is a sign on the gate telling you to keep it moving to the 99 steps. You guys saw that sign right there. We are just gonna walk it back this way, but you gotta kind of pay attention because cars are parked on this side and then they are driving here, but let's go see the 99 steps. It was maybe only a 2-minute walk to get to the beginning of the steps from the hotel. Also, I counted 104. We passed someone else who said they didn't count the landing, but I feel like knee go up, foot go down, that's a step. Maybe that's just me. Our goal in getting to the top was to check out Blackbeard's castle, but be forewarned, there is some incline to walk up and also a lesser number of steps I didn't bother counting. Oh no, more stairs. When you're getting closer to the castle, there will be a few clues. There is an entry fee, but I don't think it was too bad for everything that's included. We were here right when they were about to open, so certain things like the bar or rum tasting weren't available yet. It is so pretty up here. This is where Jolly Roger's restaurant and Pirate Bar are located. Like I said, we were here pretty early, so we didn't get to try it out, but it has great reviews and you can't beat the view. I really don't think there is a bad sightline from anywhere up here. Let's head on into the tower. Despite the heavy lifting my camera is doing right now, it is a little dark in there, so be careful heading up the spiral staircase to the top. It is really easy to trip, ask me how I know. But once you make it up, the view up here is absolutely worth it. On your way out, there is also a gift shop, and I did manage to get a peek at the rum tasting area before we left. Also, just a few steps away from our hotel is the governor's house. Right across from that is the First Lady's garden. This is a great place to just chill out and have a good sit, especially after all those steps. Less than a 5-minute walk from Hotel 1829, and you're in the thick of things downtown. St. Thomas has a reputation for great jewelry and watch shopping, particularly because there is no sales tax here. They even have a little something for our friends visiting from the Disney treasure. You'll also find several places to eat that I think are worth checking out. If you're looking for breakfast, we enjoyed Island Grind. It's a nice place to take a break and kind of get your plan together for the day. They have coffee, cocktails, pizza, and a variety of sandwiches, baked goods, and pastries, and some grab-and-go drinks. We ended up just getting iced coffee and a couple breakfast sandos. Great start to the day. If you're looking for a lunch option, I don't think you can go wrong with Gladys's Cafe. It's a little bit tucked away, but worth seeking out. As usual, here's a quick look at the menu. We opted for the curry goat, which was tender and kind of more subtle flavor-wise, and the grouper filet, which I like. Neither of us had ever had fungi before. We liked it and it was fun to try something new. If you're officially on island time and you're ready to grab a local beer, head on over to Tevas Beer House. This was one of the only places throughout our entire trip that really felt like it had a good variety of beers on tap. I always like to try whatever is local when we visit a new place, and we were surprised at how good the pizza actually was. It did in fact have a crispy undercarriage, and it made an excellent base for delicious painkillers, a Charlotte 75, St. John Amber Ale, and the Frenchtown Tapas Cream Ale. Okay, it's time for our adventure to continue, so we are packing up and leaving the downtown area to head to our resort. However, before I leave you guys today, let's head on up to Mountaintop. And no, I'm not just too lazy to lift the camera up. There are a few points in this drive that are really steep, which is one of the reasons I would vote you get an SUV if you rent a car during your trip. Could have just been the time we went, but there was plenty of easy free parking up here. Then you just head down the steps to the gift shop area. There are several fun photo ops in the front here. This is also a great place to grab souvenirs, although I'll take you guys to the most affordable place for souvenirs in part 2, but there is really good variety here. This is also some of the less expensive Larimar jewelry I found. Fun fact, this is actually the birthplace of the banana daiquiri, so we couldn't pass up grabbing one to enjoy while we took in the view. The funny thing is, no matter how great my camera is, I still feel like it's so much better in person, and the video is nowhere near as amazing as it is when you're here. And the daiquiri doesn't hurt either. And that is actually where we're headed next, so hopefully you guys will join me for part 2. We're headed to the Margaritaville Resort, and I'll share some of our favorite beaches and food, as well as take you guys with us as we head to St. John for a little hike. Comment down below, have you visited St. Thomas? Are you planning a trip? I'm always up for hearing your tips and tricks, and it helps everyone out when you share. That's all for me today, y'all. I will see you in the next one. Happy travels.